So privacy is something that really touches everybody. And it's one of those things where quite often that you don't appreciate it until you think you've lost it. And I think that, as custodians of other people's information, we are also customers of other businesses as well. So for me as a business, I'd be definitely wanting to keep the information that I hold custodianship of as safe as I possibly can, because I know that when I hand my information over to somebody else, I want them to also treat that with respect as well. And the fact is that in the digital world now, information is used to access all sorts of services. But obviously, if that gets compromised, then somebody else can effectively take goods and services out in your name. Knowing who has access to your data allows you to start managing the risks and start implementing protections on that. One of the biggest things that I see is actually when somebody leaves an organization, that people forget to remove the access to the information, which means that they've gone off somewhere else, but they've still got access to that data. Now, sometimes people, tend to go, well, there's a bit of a client base here, maybe I'll just bring that with me. After all, I did the work, and therefore, I can use that at my next job. But effectively, that information belongs to that agency, and they're really entrusted with protecting that as well. So knowing who's got access to your information and making sure that you revoke access once somebody leaves the organization is probably the number one thing that you can do to protect the privacy. So when it comes to public Wi-Fi, effectively what you're doing is you're logging into a computer that somebody else owns. So you've literally got no idea who can see that information and where that's going. So my advice to people using public Wi-Fi is just to treat it as any kind of public space. Treat it with caution. I would avoid even using things like email, because effectively you have to pass a credential, which is like your password and your username, across to your internet provider, which then goes into your email provider. That's being transmitted. So if that isn't encrypted, which sometimes it isn't, that means that potentially somebody could actually see what that is, then get access to your email, start resetting some passwords, and then you could be in a bit of trouble.